Hey, healthcare consultant. It's been so long. It's been so long. I don't say I own it. Listen, when it's this late and I am up, when it's this late and I am up, like listening to Beyonce is what we have to do. Like this is a part of the workflow. We listen to Beyonce. Hey everyone. First of all, I have to say this. If you are in the healthcare consultant mastermind community, I am so proud of everybody in the community. Everybody in the community is doing such an amazing job. Like showing up, sharing resources, sharing wins, getting contracts. Like you're doing all the work. So I'm excited to jump on. It's been so long since we had a conversation, since I was able to get on. So if you're here, let me know that you are here in the comments. I appreciate you for joining because it is late. After this, I'm about to throw this dress off and decompress for the evening. I myself even had a very busy day. I obtained a contract a while ago and I'm doing a series of workshops on service recovery. They're all virtual workshops, which is great because I don't have to travel. But nonetheless, it's tiring because you're giving so much of what you enjoy. But again, it's work, it's tiring. And then I also had an implementation session tonight with a coaching client who is going to be starting their consulting business. And I had a really great conversation with Sandra Cleveland tonight. Dr. Sandra Cleveland, she's amazing. And have a new consulting resource to share. But I wanted to jump on and just have a conversation with those of you who are fairly new in business, because something that you will hear quite often when you're new in business is you need to invest in order to grow your business, in order to collapse time. So a lot of times when, I feel like we're in this culture where you hear it all the time, but when you're new in business, you may not necessarily know exactly what to invest in, what that investment looks like, and if this is the right person to help you get that desired result. So I wanted to come on tonight because having that conversation with Dr. Cleveland really put something in my spirit to just share, because I have invested heavily in my business, but it was never a one-time investment in one particular person. So I want you to think about you making an investment in your business, essentially like someone would invest in you as a healthcare consultant because they're looking for a desired result, right? So even us as healthcare consultants, we all have very different specialties. Some of us will specialize in compliance. Some of us specialize in patient experience. Some of us specialize in quality, risk management. I mean, the list goes on in regards to all the different opportunities available to us. But when a client invests in a patient experience consultant, it's because they are desiring a result that this expert will bring to the table. So it's no different when you are thinking about making an investment in your business. You may have to invest in a sales expert. You may have to invest in someone who can provide you with business support. However, there are a lot of business consultants out here. You have to really understand what they focus on. A lot of people will help you get a particular result. So it's up to you, before you make that investment, that you really do your research on the person that is going to be helping you get that desired result. And also you need to understand, what is that desired result that I am expecting if I invest in this person? So for example, I made a huge investment last year in a business coach, but I had to have a one-on-one conversation with her to really share my business model, to see if she was the right person to help me generate that particular type of result. For me at that time, I had some limiting beliefs even in my business that I had to break through. And fortunately for me, I was able to find this one particular person who could help me break through those limiting beliefs, who also understood sales psychology. But I understood that's what I needed to generate a particular result in my business. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because a lot of times, you hear you need to invest, to get a particular result, but you may not really understand, okay, well, who do I need to invest in? And do I really understand the expectations of myself? And also what the result is that's going to be generated. And typically, if you're going to be investing in a business coach, it needs to be someone who is aligned with what you're doing. They've already done what you're desiring to do. They can help you collapse time. They can help expedite your results. So I just wanted to share that, because oftentimes you make one investment, you think that's the only investment you'll ever make in your business. Not true. There are mindset coaches. There are business coaches with particular niches. You have sales strategy coaches. Listen, you may even need a life coach before you invest in a business coach. It just really depends on the result that you're trying to generate. But at the end of the day, I wanted to share that, but I want to share a really great resource. For those of you who don't know me, by the way, I don't even think I made an introduction. My name is Elle. I am a healthcare consultant with a background in nursing leadership. I have a consulting firm myself, and I also help healthcare professionals launch their consulting businesses in healthcare consulting. For the past couple months, if you have not seen me, it's because I've been busy in my own consulting business, but I have been recording content for you guys and also creating some amazing resources. Now, over the next couple of weeks, you're going to be seeing me introduce a series of workbooks to you. Now, I've already created one book. If you have read my book, it's called The Power of Expertise. There have been consultants who have started their businesses off of that book alone. But I really wanted to share some additional resources with you that I use in my business. So I said, okay, what will help support newer healthcare consultants just kind of get their business systems and processes organized? And so I created 6 workbooks altogether. I didn't want to bombard you with everything at one time, but I got the first workbook today and I'm so excited. So I said, let me jump on, share this workbook with you guys so you can see what's inside. So this is the first of 6 workbooks, and this is the business strategy workbook. So this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. It's the Healthcare Consultant Academy Business Strategy Workbook. And everyone runs their business a little bit different. I have to break everything that I do down in phases, just like I would on a client account. If I'm working on a client account, it's essentially a project for me that I'm working on. There's a problem, I'm here to solve it. So I'm going to break that down into phases so I can have a systemized way to be able to generate results for my clients. So even in your consulting business, it really needs to be broken down into phases. And I break it down into the phases that I utilize in my consulting business. Number 1 is pre-launch. And so let me share that with you. Number 1 is pre-launch. And so it's broken down into different sections. There's 8 sections. Let me see if I can get a good. There's 8 sections altogether. So you have pre-launch, and then you have a series of worksheets, checklists that you go through for your pre-launch phase. If you're new in business, and even if you're not new in business and you need to just get your systems together, it's good too. The second phase of business that I utilize in my consulting firm is your launch. Okay, so it has another series of worksheets and templates that you go through. And then the next phase of business is business sustainability. So before you start to grow your firm, you want to make sure that you have systems set up. You want to make sure that there is a workflow behind what you do. If you go to work every day and you have a workflow, it should be no different than in your business. So before you go out and try to obtain contracts, just make sure you have systems set up in your own business. So this helps you really get that situated. And then the 4th phase is growth. I'm going to walk through all of this so you understand what's inside. And then after growth, I am very much type A. I use Asana, which is a software tool to really keep my operations together, client management together, but I also keep all my important information in Asana as well. But I am very much one to write everything out. I'm sure you are like me. So there's a section in this workbook for business data, business productivity. I'm super intentional about what I do and spend my time on every quarter, every week, and every day. So it kind of breaks through how you plan and strategize your quarters. And then there's also a section for consulting business support. So here is the business framework that I walk you through. If you need a roadmap, okay, I have a roadmap that's downloadable out there on the internet, but I've changed a lot of things around. So if you already don't have a roadmap, the workbook comes with a roadmap for you to follow. So you should never get stuck as you're going through the 4 phases of your consulting business and setting that up. There's also a really detailed checklist, okay? Listen, I don't have a business in the box, but listen, you guys, I wish I had a resource when I started my business. You are getting all my trial and error and what I removed and how I 10x everything. So you're getting the ultimate 10x version of my business. So you don't have to go through all the hiccups. Let's see. I'm unable to see comments tonight. You know, it's been a long time since I've broadcast. I'm on StreamYard. So let me see. How come I can't see the comments? View live your comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Okay. Let me go through this. I'm not sure why I can't see comments. You guys say something to me in the chat so I know that you're there. I see that there's people here, but I can't see anything. Okay, anyhow, so you have the checklist. Again, the checklist is broken down. It's broken down by the 4 phases of your consulting business infrastructure. And then it goes through, okay, for my type A people, raise your hands. All your business information. So again, I keep everything in Asana, but it's always good to have everything in one place. So your consulting business information, and then here you have your business sustainability checklist. So all your documentation. I have many different bank accounts for my business. So for me, sometimes it gets a little, it gets a little frustrating because there's stuff all over the place, but this will keep you organized. Hey, let's see. Oh, you didn't call me out. Hey, girl, how are you doing? I was wondering if my chat was working. What's going on, Miss Thomas? Also for your team, information here so you can keep track of your team members, your subcontractors, all your information. And then there's also a section for all your usernames, passwords, and then your consulting business goals for the year broken down. And then after you complete your business data, you go on to your pre-launch phase. Okay, so your pre-launch phase, it's so pretty, you guys. I'm just so proud of this because anything that I use in my business, I want to be able to share it with you guys. And so when it comes to being a type A person and just having everything together, there's nothing that you should miss in this particular workbook. So in the pre-launch phase, it really goes over, do you understand your industry well? Have you done your market research? And what does that market research actually look like? A lot of people will start a consulting business or they're excited to start a consulting business, but you really even haven't validated that there is a need. So this will help you validate that you've, checked all the I's and dotted the T's, or however they say that particular analogy. But also you putting in any of the enforceable standards and best practices, looking into regulating associations, keeping all that information in one spot. Again, here's a validation checklist and worksheet for you to go through to make sure that there is a market need. Do not start a consulting business if there is not a market need. You will waste your time. Your value proposition. There's so much. Listen, thank you so much. I utilize a business model canvas in my business. For those of you who don't know what a business model canvas is, I highly advise you utilize a business model canvas. If you don't have it and don't know how to use it, it's right here in the workbook, the business model canvas. So you clearly understand what problem you're solving, who you help, what you offer, how much is the offer, who needs to be a part of your team to get results for your clients. Okay. All your deliverables that you are offering, it's right here. So you can write out all your deliverables. That includes your workshops, your different offers from your pro bono offers, your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 offers. All that information is there. And then again, you guys, I could be talking about what's in this workbook all night. But again, I'm not going to go through everything. As I mentioned, it goes through the 4 phases of business: pre-launch, launch, sustainability, and growth. So I take you through all of that. So if you thought my actual book was the bomb and you got results from the book, all the workbooks are amazing. Again, this is workbook number 1 of 6. So the first is business strategy. Okay, your 4 phases of business. The second one is the business plan workbook, which is also very detailed and amazing for those of you who are brand new, your baby consultants. Then we have lead generation, because lead generation is important. I utilize a CRM system, but also I get in, sometimes I write stuff down too, but I have to have a systemized approach to how I write things down and add them to the CRM system. So that's going to be something for you to utilize. There's a revenue projection workbook. I am also very intentional about my income goal every year, every quarter, every week. My income intentions are very much aligned with the actions I take every single week in my business as well. So if you want to see how I work in my business, every single workbook will share like my plan, the strategy behind what I do, from from revenue projection. And then the last one, let's see, business plan. This is the strategy guide. Lead generation, client management is really a project management workbook, which I don't think there's a project management workbook for us as consultants out there. And then lead generation, revenue projection. So there's 6 altogether. I'm not going to bombard you with everything at one time, but this one is coming out first. If you are one of my one-on-one coaching clients, if you are in the starter or the accelerator coaching program, you get this for free. If you are a beta consultant, if you're on my text message list for beta consultants, that means you test out all my courses. You test out anything that I released first. So if you're on that text messaging list, then you will get 50% off. So you still have time to join that beta group. I think I'm going to shut it off probably by, what is today? Because my schedule is crazy. It's Wednesday. By Friday, I'm going to shut off the beta list to where you can't pre-order. So if you want to pre-order the text beta, BETA, to 877-379-4684. The number is 877-379-4684. So if you want to be a part of the beta group to test this out, to be like, oh, this is the bomb. I'm type A and it worked for me. I know it'll work for you too. Again, text beta to 877-379-4684. I miss you guys so much. Listen, it's been a busy year, but I'm so happy to be able to get back and to share tools that I use in my business to also help you as well. So I hope everyone, again, is doing amazing. And I hope you enjoyed, the first half of the live, I was talking about how do you know what to invest in your business, especially as it relates to business coaching. Just be mindful if you are, I'm going to repeat myself again, just be mindful if you are investing, you know exactly the type of result that you are trying to generate. That could be hiring a sales expert. That could be hiring someone who can help you really master organization. I mean, there's so many different phases of business that I've gone through, and I myself needed a particular expert. So hiring one person and thinking that they are going to be the only person you ever hire in your business to be able to help you generate a result, that's really not how it works. Just be mindful of who you're hiring. Have a conversation with that person beforehand to make sure they're the right person to help you get the result that you're trying to generate. Okay, you don't want to get bamboozled out in these streets. There's a whole lot of people saying, I know I'm a business coach, and they don't have a business. And I'm like, okay, sir, okay, ma'am, where's your business? I'm confused. Anyhow, I hope everyone has an amazing night. I've had a long day, so I'm going to go wind down. I'm going to go jump on this Peloton and probably jump into bed thereafter. But if you have any questions, reach out to me. I hope everyone has an amazing night. Take care.